Welcome back, everyone. Great to have your company here from the Crucible in Sheffield. Our World Seniors final underway. It was a little bit edgy, a bit nervy the first couple of frames. After two, it was all square. But Alfie Burden from London has really turned it on in this final. He leads 4 frames to 1 at the first mini session break. So yes, Aaron Canavan with it all to do. Certainly Alfie Burden will be the happier of the two. And we've seen some fabulous snooker from Burden today. Watching on with Neil Foles, Rhiannon Evans and Lee Richardson. And very quick glance at the stats so far. The pot success, Alfie good, 89%. And really interesting, the average shot time, 17 seconds. Really getting into his groove, into his rhythm in this final. And, well, the total points, Alfie's almost scored treble the points that Aaron Canavan has scored. So impressive stuff from the great AB of London Town, and the guys are loving this final. Lee, in particular, Alfie's been very impressive.
Yeah, he has, but he's been made to have a good chance from Aaron. He's down at 74% potting. That's just not going to cut it in against anybody, you know. And some of his pots have been quite a way out as well. You know, he's really struggling for his kind of rhythm. I know he doesn't have a rhythm as in like Alfie does. He's you know,
what sort of a rhythm has he got?
It's more like a robotic metal Mickey. It's like the way I'm moving with my bad neck. It's, you know, it's not everyone plays the same, so I don't mind that. But he's really out of sorts at the moment, and I'm just sort of helping him practice during the week in the practice room, and he hits the ball so much better than he is right now. Yeah,
and it was a little bit nervy, wasn't it, Rhiannon, at the start of the match? Obviously, Aaron got an early frame on the board, but still he never looked comfortable or looked settled, did he?
No, we thought he might have the advantage taking the first frame, settling out there. Then he had to play a red with a touch aside just by the black, and it sort of cost him. And then since that, Alfie's been absolutely superb. I thought he's timed the ball well, he's seeing the ball well, his pace is really good. And all those stats we saw of Alfie's, that's probably him playing at one of his worst days, so he's back to normal, isn't he, Neil? And some of these shots were absolutely fantastic.
I think he started to get the drift of the match now. You know, this was important because he had a little bump in the road there, struggled to get the frame one, that red going into the green pocket, and he's basically started to play a lot better. He's played some great shots. Aaron missed a 3-ball plant in there, Alfie's 2-ball plant. All of these things has taken him into this lead. You know, he's creating better chances. He's settled the better of the two.
And it's a kind of an unusual, in terms of obviously a longer format, you know, best of 15. We don't always see this in snooker very often, do we?
No, and it'll be strange for the players as well. You know, break after 5, break after another 5. You know, but listen, it's come at the right time for Aaron, because I think if he's got, you know, any sense whatsoever, get on that practice table, just hit a few balls, because his timing, like I said, is way out.
Long way to go, though, and still not out of this final. For now, thank you, guys, and thank you for the last 5 days. It's been a wonderful World Seniors Championship. It's the 5th and final day, and let's take a look back on what has been a great time here in Sheffield.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the famous Crucible stage in a bid for global glory. So here we go. And we start with the battle of the left-handed Londoners.
I mean, you couldn't make this up, Lee. Oh, and that's a cracker. Can you believe it? So, a shock has to be said.
Ooh, goodness me.
The snooker gods are against him.
Any chance of you missing it? Oh, that's lovely. Look at the way that's flicked that out. And she goes. And this black for an absolutely rapid 79.
The reigning champion.
Maybe. Oh, it's close, you know.
Oh, goodness. What a shot.
Well, how about that? Eagle Figueiredo, the defending champion, is out, and it's Wayne Townsend.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Terrific shot. A good pot.
Oh, that's more like it.
What a shot that is.
It's a wonderful putt.
Oh, it's a different class.
He's had that cue ball on a piece of string.
What a moment for the assassin, Charles Young.
This is the pressure.
You're going to have to bring something. Oh, what a fantastic performance that was from the unknown quantity that was Charles Young.
The spaceman, Dominic Dale. It should be an absolute belter, this one.
Dominic Dale, you finish it off in style. 4-2 win.
Well, Well, it's fair to say it's hotting up outside. It's also warming up nicely this tournament, where we're down to the final four. It's semi-final Saturday, and it's all to play for.
This is huge.
100%. Look, I've back in Australia, I've won titles, played in the Australian final, and this is by far the best thing I've ever done.
I think Alfie's going to have to play pretty good. Hassan's been playing terrific.
How can he miss that? Very awkward for Alfie. Been the best player today. Come on, Alf. And it's there. Alfie Burden's through.
You want to be a multiple winner of any tournament, and if I can do that, then that kind of just cements in my mind that I'm good enough.
This is missable.
Who is that in the commentary that said this is missable?
Brown and blue for a place in the final, and he's got to do it quick. Watch the middle pockets. He's avoided them, so he's now going to be on the blue. Wonderful performance, this. What a great comeback. The Jersey man, and it was a Jersey royal performance.
Oh, we've had a fabulous time here once again for the World Seniors Snooker Championship. Alfie Burden featuring in a lot of those highlights. Great shots against the likes of Jimmy White and Tony Drago, beating legends of the game. Personal highlights, what about yourself, Lee?
Dominic Dale not singing. That's got to be a winner every week for me.
I can confirm, it probably would have been the green grass at home, and I've heard that 1,000 times.
Yeah, I think this was a great shot. I mean, it's always nice to finish with this, but yeah, was it the Brown that Aaron played? I think was a fantastic shot to get onto that.
So the
comeback all day for me.
Okay, and Dominic not singing. All right, I think we can all vouch for that. But a very emotional moment for Aaron Canavan, and of course that was the moment that got him here. What about your special moment of this championship, Rianne?
Yeah, as we saw in that VT there, there's so many that to choose from. I even forgot about some of them. I was like, oh yeah, I should have picked that one. I should have picked that one. But for me, Charles Yonk, I thought coming all the way from South Africa, playing a legend, playing someone who's been watching on TV, hoping one day he might get to meet. He's actually beat him out there because he was two different players. At the start of the match, he looked all at sea, didn't think he was going to even win a frame. But then all of a sudden, he scored for fun and put Ken under pressure, and what a performance he put in. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And you can see how much it means to him there. It's just brilliant scenes.
Yeah, and these are the opportunities, these are the moments. We had 9 different countries represented at the start of the championship. And what about Folsey at the end there?
Okay, day one, I think this is where all the carnage started for the big seeds. You know, Wayne Townsend, Trigger as we call him, taking the first frame, 50 behind. This was a double into the yellow pocket against the defending champion, Igor Figueiredo. Put Figueiredo off onto a bad footing. He soaked it all up, and why not? You know, his partner and his daughter there, enjoying every moment of it. And from then on, a lot of the big boys went out.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you? What about your views on it?
What about me? Well, interesting. We've got a WhatsApp group, and they're all different moments coming through on our very special moments. Actually, it's that match, but it's not the celebrations from Wayne Townsend. It's Igor. JV mentioned it as well. Have you ever seen this in snooker before?
Well, not really. No. I mean, listen. He's just so keen to win, and I wouldn't hold it against him. You know, he was celebrating his opponent missing, but you know that's what we're all thinking, isn't it, when they miss?
You don't go and do it though, do you, Lee?
Well, I mean, I thought I'd seen everything, but I've not seen that, especially on the TV. I mean, there's some great things have happened in Blackpool, but nothing like that.
No, nothing like that. Well, we've had lots of fun, but this stage has provided us with many iconic memories here at the Crucible, and we're going to wind back all the way to 1982 now. It was Alex Higgins, and you remember that famous moment where he called for his baby, his daughter Lauren? Well, she's here at the Crucible today, and this morning she spoke to Rob Walker.
Well, the whole principle of the seniors is about legacy and memories, and I can't believe I'm standing above the exact spot, Bring Me My Baby, the late, great Alex Higgins. And Lauren, it is an absolute honour to be with you here on the Crucible floor all those years after your dad created magic. Can you actually remember anything about it? You were so young in 82.
I was extremely young. I think it's probably merged into what's reality and what's not from looking back, but I think it looks smaller today than what it did when I was a child. All the lights, it was it was quite a big experience for such a small child. But obviously looking back on the TV and the clips of that moment, what a special moment it was. And, you know, it's so nice to be back here at the Crucible, you know, celebrating this.
Oh, and we are delighted that you've come to join us. And what your dad did was amazing. It was the first, I was 7, it was the first time I'd ever seen a man cry. He was never afraid to let his emotions out, and I think that's one of the reasons why he was so loved.
I completely agree with you. I think back then he was one of the first people males to show his emotions, and I think that sums him up. He was a very emotional person, for the good and the bad, but I think that's what made him who he was. And I think he brought a lot of extra people to the game because he was so exciting to watch, and he was quite real, and he didn't really hold anything back. So yeah, he was one of a kind, definitely.
And I hope you realise that when we're working with all the legends here, whenever they mention your dad's name, and I'm not just saying this because we're here together, whenever your dad's name is mentioned, it makes people smile, and that is a great legacy.
It is, and you know, it's so nice for me to hear that, and you know, that's why I come and do these things, to represent him, because he can't be here himself, and I want people to remember him for you know, what he did for snooker and for his personality, and you know, he was just before his time, and you know, it's so nice to be here and to represent him today.
The late, great Alex Higgins, absolute honour to have you, Lauren.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Oh, lovely, and so great to have Lauren here. She will be part of the presentation a little bit later. And Neil, you know, that iconic moment, just listening to Lauren, I mean, just a little baby obviously back then, but now she's a woman and she's determined that her dad's memory will live on, but she need not worry about that.
Absolutely not, no. I met Lauren first time. She presented the trophy for the first Northern Ireland Open. I played Alex here 2 years later in '84, you know. I was lucky enough to play him. A lot of charisma. You know, it was a tough match against Alex because no one really wanted you to win except for your next of kin. Everyone else was on Alex's side, but that's what he was like, Rhiannon, isn't it? You know, looking back, everyone's got great memories of him, you know.
Yeah, he's a controversial character. He's known for the backstage antics and everything, but it also shows a softer side to him, like bringing the family on and everything like that. So he was two-dimensional, wasn't he? But it was absolutely fantastic seeing. Obviously, I've had to be able to do that myself, so it's all from Alex bringing it into the sport, really. And it continues to this day in other sports as well, in tennis, in golf, but it all started here at the Crucible Theatre back in 1982. After the break, our final will get back underway. It's Alfie Burden very much in the driving seat. He leads Aaron Canavan by 4 frames to 1. Don't forget, we have 5 more frames, then another little break. How many will Alfie need? We'll see you soon.